Sup, this is Alex Chiu coming at you with another episode. Today is the last day of the year, December 31st, 2025. Well, tomorrow is Happy New Year, man. Anyway, but today I want to talk about something that happened to me. I started playing Monopoly, okay? You know, the board game. Not the board game. I play on the computer using Nintendo system, Nintendo Entertainment System. You know, I use computer software to play, right? So I play on my computer Monopoly, and I was fascinated. I love this game, okay? And I want to tell you why I love it. And I want you to play it too. I'm gonna tell you how you can download the software to to play this game using a Nintendo system, and also the ROM. I'm gonna tell you where to download a ROM. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you, my name's Alex Chiu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger, string sleepy, wear them, you don't age anymore, become physically immortal. For example, hey, in 2 months, I'll be 55, okay? You look at me, I'm pretty, my belly is pretty tight, right? Very skinny, no belly fat, nothing. I don't have a belly fat like a 55-year-old guy, right? If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, you can see lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5-star. So if you wanna look like me when you're 55, hey, try a pair of these rings, man. They're only like $30, man. Anyway, go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, if you want to look like me when you're 55, okay? But today I want to talk about Nintendo. I want to talk about Monopoly, okay? Using Nintendo system, and you can download the what do you call those things? Software that help you load the game, okay, on your computer. You don't need to have the console. You don't need to have the Nintendo console. You just use a software that help you load the game on the computer. And if you don't have the joystick, I have a joystick, but you could also, this software, you could just use your computer keyboard to play Monopoly. I'm telling you, I love this game. You know how I come to, I'm going to show you some clip of this game, okay? So you can understand what I'm saying. Okay, guys. Yeah, today I want to talk about this Monopoly game that I just absolutely love this Monopoly game. You can download Messen, okay? You can download Messen and install it on your computer. Messen is the software that help you run this game on your computer. And I'm gonna add a link at the bottom of this video, so you could download Messen and then install it on your computer. And then all you need is to find the ROM for this game, Monopoly, okay? It's under the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES Monopoly. And I will also add a link to the ROM, okay? And so you could start playing immediately. And then on Messen, you can set up your controller to use. If you don't have a joystick, if you don't have a game controller, you could just on the Messen, it allows you to set up the controlling buttons using your keyboard. Just use your keyboard. You could play this Monopoly. But I'm telling you, I absolutely love this game. Okay, I played this game a long time ago when I was a kid. Back in the days I lived in Taiwan. Okay, and they also have the Chinese version of the Monopoly. But I was just a kid. I was like 7-year-old, 8-year-old. I don't know. When you're a kid, you don't really follow the instructions, or you can, but you understand if you tell kids how to play Monopoly, it's gonna be too complicated. You understand? Monopoly is a very complicated game, and kids, they cannot follow instructions, right? So back in the days, in Taiwan, the Monopoly did not come in boards, okay, and those big box board game. No, it just in Taiwan, it's knockoff copy, but it's all in Chinese, right? So just like a piece of paper, it's just like a piece of paper, like when you go buy a map, like they give you a giant piece of paper and it has the map. back in the days in Taiwan, yeah, you could buy this very cheaply for like, just a few dollars, and you could just buy this entire game, and it's all printed on cheap paper and plastic pieces, and you could just play this at home. But when I was a kid, me and my friend played this. We don't really. It's like nobody follows the rules, We're just playing the way how we. But then it's sort of had an idea how to play this game. But then now I realize we played it all wrong. After I played this Nintendo Entertainment System Monopoly, I realized we played it all wrong as a kid. And after I played it using Nintendo, and I totally fell in love with it. I mean, I played it hundreds of times now, only a few days. Hey, you know why I started playing this game? What happened is, about a week ago, I lost my internet, okay? Due to a storm. There's a storm, right? And then right after the storm, I wake up in the morning, no internet. I'm like, holy shit, what am I going to do? I call AT&T and they said they're going to come fix it, but they never come. It took them almost a week to fix my shit, to fix the fiber optic cable. So I'm staring at my computer, nothing to do. I'm bored, right? So I turn on the radio, listen to the radio. It's boring. My friend had a phone, but the phone, the screen is too small. My eyes are not very good. It doesn't make my eye comfortable, by staring into the phone. So for the whole fucking week, I don't have a computer. I don't have internet. I was bored to death, man. So luckily, I have some video games. I have video game software uploaded into my computer. So I started browsing the video games that I have, and I saw, Monopoly. Yeah, so I started playing this Monopoly, I didn't have the internet for like a whole fucking week, man. Because I don't know, the AT&T, they just keep on giving me the runaround, So for like 6 weeks, I don't have internet in my house. So I was like, so I started playing this Monopoly. At first, I was playing poker and shit, and I was playing some casino games, And then, but poker, and I don't really like to gamble, And I play some other arcade games like Street Fighters and shit, Pac-Man. But then, I don't know. But those things, they get bored really fast, But then I saw Monopoly, It's an NES system Monopoly, Nintendo Classic System Monopoly, right? And I started playing it, and I fell in love with it. I absolutely love it. Anyway, on the screen, this is the NES version, Monopoly. This is a great game, I'm telling you, man. I played this game when I was a kid, in Taiwan. Okay, I was like 7 or 8 year old. But then, when I was a kid, I didn't really know the rules. I mean, in Taiwan, I buy the Chinese version Monopoly, but those are knockoffs. It comes in like a very tiny box, and inside the box it has like a sheet of paper, like you unfold it and it becomes like, like the size of a newspaper, and then there's Monopoly board on there, right? And they give you some fake money and shit, player chess pieces and shit, You could buy it for like very, very little amount of money. Any kid can just go buy that. But then, we didn't really know the rules, We're kids. I mean, I don't want to read all that shit, right? But then, I thought the objective is to collect money. Right? Like every time you go through that go, but there's like a square that says go. Every time you go through that, you collect $200. I thought that was the goal. I thought that was the whole, the point of the game is just basically collect money from, when you enter the square, you can collect some money. I didn't know that you have to squeeze your opponents out by buying all the lands that has the same color, See, when I was a kid, I thought once you bought this land, you could just build houses and shit on there. Build houses, a hotel, and charge people lots of money. That's what I thought. I didn't know that you have to buy before you can build houses, you have to buy up all the lands that has the same color. I didn't know that. You can imagine how difficult it is to land. Let's say there's like 3 lands, right? 3 property that has the same color. It's like 3 property that's green. It's very difficult to land on, to buy up all the, all the green properties, because especially if there's a lot of players. Let's say especially there's like 4 players, right? You never know who's gonna land on this property. You know what I'm saying? So, let's say there's like 3 property that's all green, right? Maybe I buy one, he buys one, she buys one, and you just don't know. So it's very difficult to gain, all this green properties. But with this game, you could negotiate with other players, right? You could trade. Like, hey, I have a property that you want, right? And you have a property that I want. Okay, let's trade. Or you could negotiate with other players. Like, I pay you $300 for that piece of property, like that, And other players, they don't want to sell you. They don't want to sell you the property that you want, because they know once you got this property, you could start building houses and hotels, and you could charge them a lot of money when they land on your property. And it will bankrupt them, Sometimes, if you don't have houses and hotels on a property, you only pay like few dollar rent every time you land on it. But once you start having houses and hotels, rent becomes extremely expensive, like $1,000 or $2,000, And the other players, they know that. And then I didn't know about the auction. Like, you could, like, if I don't want this, I landed on this property, but I don't want to buy it, I could just let people auction. I didn't know that. But anyway, this game is so fun, man. I'm gonna add a link, okay, to where you can download the software. The engine, right? The software that helps you run Nintendo Classic game on there. And I will also give you a link to the ROMs file for this Nintendo Monopoly. And a lot of other people also say that this is the best version of Monopoly. This Nintendo Classic system is the best version of Monopoly. I agree with them because I saw other versions, like other versions. I don't know. It's just like there are lots of other versions, right? And they look very advanced. They look very, very advanced, and they have very, very high definition graphics and all that shit. But I don't know. This is the best version, okay? Although the graphic is not very, very good, but it's to the point. You understand? This classic Nintendo Monopoly is the best because it's to the point. I mean, it gives you no bullshit, It doesn't waste your time. It doesn't give you like unnecessary graphic, like you watch the player walk to the property. You don't need to see that shit, right? You don't need to. You just want to get to the point, Like, you just want to know who earned the most money, right? You don't need to see all those unnecessary graphics. Hey, you know what? Ever since I lost my internet like a week ago, and I started playing Monopoly like 4 days ago. And you know what? Ever since 3-4 days ago, I played this Monopoly hundreds of times, man. I love it. I absolutely love this game. Back in the days, my favorite pastime to do, my favorite thing to do when I'm bored is to watch foodie videos. I watch YouTube videos of other people going to restaurants, going to steakhouses, going to pizzeria to eat food, Now, my favorite thing to do is play Monopoly. I absolutely love it. It's so fun, What else do I want to say? Yeah, I guess that's about it, What else is there about one thing good about this NES Monopoly is you can control the speed, You can control the speed. The Messen software that I'm gonna add a link to the bottom at the bottom of this video, so you could download Messen. You know, that helps you run the Monopoly software on your computer. With that Messen software, you can control the speed, you know, and you can hurry up the players so they don't waste your fucking time. Or if you're not familiar with the NES system yet, you can slow it down so you can have a better understanding of what's going on, you know. And once you become familiar with it, you could speed it up. So, you know, so the other players, they don't waste your time. You know what I'm saying? And I absolutely love this game, and I want you to play this game too, you know. Hey, maybe, I don't know, maybe we can play this game together one day. Maybe there's some like online Monopoly place, right? Online Monopoly websites, you know. Maybe you and I, we can play together or something. But anyway, that's all for today. I'll talk to you later.